without a scratch, and I've had my share of backwood bar and brawl. Been kicked and cussed and busted up, but it was nothing I couldn't pass with a band-aid or a shot of alcohol. This one's gonna leave a mark. One more time won't heed. Her goodbye cut like a knife right through this man of steel. Thought that I was tough enough, I could just shake it off. But even when
Hello, vinyl community, music community, country community, and people of the world. Yes, we are listening to Billy Hurst. I recently purchased these from his website, Small Town Fool, and Even the Wind. We are currently listening to Even the Wind. Really, really good. Billy, you are a talented man. Yeah. My goodness. Very good. I've listened to both the albums already. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Yeah. So, definitely check out billyhurst.com. And I'll also link to his channel up there. He is a member of the vinyl community, so thank you for the great music, Billy. Yes. He also recently sent me some very generous VCLT, so I very much appreciate that. As you might guess, I'm going to be showing some country music, specifically some country vinyl. And it was one of those instances where I was just in the right place at the right time. I picked up 20 country records, basically all in mint or near mint condition, most of them still sealed. So, and because I recently had a complaint on one of my videos that I don't do research and don't, provide any information about the music I'm showing. I did a little research this time, so. Alright, so let's get down to it. The first one, from 1982, T.G. Shepherd, Perfect Stranger. It's his 10th album, and it's basically country pop or urban cowboy. Apparently someone at Savers had donated a huge country music collection, so they had a bunch of country records. Again, a lot of them were still sealed. Pretty crazy. So there's that, and you'll see my notes there. I did my homework this time, I promise. Yeah, very cool. Alright, so best known as Bo Duke on the Dukes of Hazzard. We have John Schneider with A Memory Like You from 1986, his 8th album. I didn't know he did that many albums, but there you go. Country pop and urban cowboy. Apparently the person that donated it was very much into those genres, so yes. This one I was very intrigued about. I wasn't really familiar with his name, Jerry Jeff Walker, and this is his album Cowboy Jazz from 1982, his 16th album. So I looked him up, and he's most famous for writing the song Mr. Bojangles, which he released, and it wasn't very successful. And then it was covered by the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band, and that was hugely successful. And I love that song, especially their version of it, but his version is good too. But yeah, Joey Jeff Walker, Cow Jazz, and I think Nitty Gritty Dirt Band later became his backing band at some point. Basically outlaw country and progressive country. And here I should probably explain, because I'm sure a lot of my viewers probably aren't into country music, so you might be wondering what progressive country is. So in the late 60s, there was a bit of a backlash against the sort of smooth country pop sounds coming out of Nashville, and so it was a way of getting country music back to sort of a rootsier sound, and also it was a type of country music where singer-songwriters were more dominant. Whereas in country pop, you had a lot of songwriters writing for singers. So, yeah, so that was a big difference there. So progressive country. Now, this is a duplicate, but I find it very hard, very difficult to pass up sealed vinyl. And this is kind of a band from my youth. The Oak Ridge Boys, their 20th album from 1982, Bobby Sue. And I always loved this guy's voice. He's known for having a very, very deep bass voice. So, almost comically deep, actually. But basically they're a vocal harmony group, country group, obviously. Well, country and gospel, actually. Yeah, so picked up that one, and then also from them. Oh, that was their. Yeah, I said that was their 20th album. Between that album and this album, they had a Christmas album, so that makes this one their 22nd album from 1983. American Made. Yeah. So, glad to pick them up. I've seen these compilations many times. You've probably noticed a lot of these have a Target price sticker on them. So this is a Time Life music compilation of Ronnie Millsap, basically country pop and urban cowboy. This compilation's from 1981. And I did pick up one of his actual albums, his 11th album specifically, from 1979. This is Images, which is kind of an ironic title, I guess, because he's blind. So I don't know if that was planned irony, or I assume it was. Yeah, very cool. This guy has a great name, Johnny Paycheck. So this is the Johnny Paycheck collection. Basically, outlaw country, traditional honky tonk, from 1981. Did I show you the back? So good, Billy. Oh, this is good music. On those, yeah, I said that Ronnie Millsap was country pop and urban cowboy, right? The person that donated this collection was definitely huge into country pop, but it's fine. But it's not the best form of country music, certainly. I I discovered this guy a while back, and I'm thrilled to find another one of his albums. Billy Crash Craddock, the first time. Basically honky tonk, rockabilly, traditional, country pop. This is his 14th album. Not supposed to be very good. And it's from 1978. This complete blind buy. I had never even heard of this guy. Freddie Hart, You Are My World. Country pop, honky tonk, and traditional. From 1973. And I couldn't find much information on the album, actually. A huge name in country music. Tom T. Hall, country is, country folk, country pop, progressive. His 11th album from 1974. Looks like a letter to the fans or something. No. The University of Texas at Austin wrote him a letter, apparently. Oh, okay, talking about this album, that's interesting. I don't know if you want to pause that and read it. Yeah, very cool. And also from him, his 12th album from 1975, I Wrote a Song About It. Not to be confused with Johnny Paycheck, we have Johnny Lee. Country pop, urban cowboy, most famous for his song Looking for Love. This is his third album from 1981. Bet Your Heart on Me. That was a song like from my youth. Yeah, Looking for Love. That's a classic. Ray Stevens. I think of him as more of a novelty singer. On one of the albums I have by him, he's covering the Monkees theme song. So, yeah. So this is, I Have Returned, his 19th album from 1986, basically country comedy and country pop, even AM pop, and he's most famous for being a novelty songwriter. So, but he did do some legitimate country music. Hugely successful sort of crossover country artist, Eddie Rabbitt, Step by Step, country pop and urban cowboy and soft rock. His 7th album from 1981. Hugely successful. Don Williams, this might be a duplicate, possibly. But again, it's sealed, so and for $1, this is especially for you. I think, I'm not sure, but I think it's a compilation. I didn't find it in his list of albums, so I don't know for sure. But it's basically country pop and traditional from 1981. All right, some Lefty. I don't know. Is it Frizzle or is it Frizzell? Probably Frizzle. Lefty Frizzle. The ABC collection, another compilation, honky tonk and traditional from 1977. Has that envelope flap type closure there. Okay. My favorite female country singer, Tanya Tucker. This is my first live album by her. So basically she's country pop, country rock, and even progressive. And this is from 1982. So, thrilled to pick this up. I did have to pass on one of her albums that was still sealed that I didn't have. Because just feeling it, the problem with vintage still sealed vinyl is, you know, there's a decent chance it's warped. And that one in particular felt like it had a kind of tricky warp to it. So, even for $1, I wasn't willing to take a chance on it. So, but I love Tommy Tucker. She's like the Stevie Nicks of country music. Alright, and I don't have nearly enough of this artist in my collection, Loretta Lynn. This is her 1980 album, Lookin' Good. Basically honky tonk, country pop traditional. Her 48th album. Oh man, yeah. And of course, she's most famous for Coal Miner's Daughter. Yeah. Wow, 48th album. I'm not going to even attempt to collect all of her albums. I mean, that would be ridiculous. Although, you know, I'm trying to collect Willie Nelson, and he probably has at least that many. So, yeah. Looking good. From 1980. And the last one. Very excited about this one. Waylon Jennings, I've Always Been Crazy. From 1978, his 34th album. Basically country folk, outlaw, progressive, and traditional. Yeah. Wow. Of course, a member of the Highwaymen. Wow. I mean, there were so many more I could have picked up, but I was like, man. I'm trying to be on a hiatus here, and I don't know. It's just not working out. Now, some of these, like especially some of the earlier ones that I showed, I'll probably look them up on Amazon and, you know, see if they're going for decent amounts sealed. And I may sell them to at least kind of cover what I spent. So, yeah, but there you go. Again, we are listening to and enjoying the heck out of Billy Hurst. Even the Wind. So good, Billy. So good. So definitely check out his channel. And he does show other things other than country music. So and he's had some epic scores. Just huge collections of vinyl that he's purchased. Yeah, and he's very generous. He's sent out a ton of VCLT. So I was a happy recipient of some VCLT. Yeah, very cool. And thank you for taking the time to sign these too, Billy. Really appreciate that. Very cool. All right, I love the albums, by the way. Both of them are awesome. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. Billy, thank you for allowing me to use the music in the video, and yeah, definitely check out Billy Hurst. BillyHurst.com. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.